Today, we are putting every single MyTeam Endgame card into one draft class. In MyTeam, almost every single one of these players have 2 Endgame cards. For this, there's only one version of them in the draft. And although we do not know if we're getting more Endgames on Friday, I did put Jason Tatum in here because I feel like he might get an Endgame. Even if he doesn't, he's here because he's one of my favorite players. Bol is here. Everyone thought he was going to be the Endgame card instead of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. So I also have him here because people think he's going to be the next Endgame card. That makes it roughly 25 players. 25 endgame cards getting drafted to the league. So 5 teams are going to be without a really good player, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Before we get started and load up the draft, comment down below which endgame you think would be the best in a My League situation. The Kings, the Knicks, and the Hornets have the 3 top picks. The Kings might finally go to the playoffs for the first time since I was born. The Knicks are the Knicks, nobody likes them. And then you got the Hornets. Whoever goes to the Hornets are going to be set for the next couple of years because they're going to have LaMelo Ball on their team already. I'm going to be real, if somehow LaMelo Ball gets drafted to the Hornets for a second time and there's endgame LaMelo and normal LaMelo, I'd be shocked. But with the very first pick is endgame Kawhi Leonard. Up next is the Knicks. I have no clue who they might take. Imagine they traded away their pick. I doubt they would, but let's see who they draft, and they take J.R. Smith. There's nowhere I would rather see the Henny God get drafted to. Let's see who the Hornets take. Is it going to be LaMelo? No, they take Shaq, which makes a lot of sense. The Hornets desperately need a center. Up next is the Orlando Magic, who drafted Shaq in real life, but this time they are getting their longtime legend, Tracy McGrady, probably one of the best Magic players of all time, and they bring him back to the squad. A lot of these drafts are really funny. Does this mean that the Rockets? Nope, they're not going to draft Yao. I was going to say, hey, Yao Ming going back to the Rockets, but no, Jason Tatum is teaming up with Jabari Smith Jr. That would be a fun duo to watch. Here we go. What do the Pistons got to offer? And the Pistons, they're taking Taco Fall. He's going to team up with Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham. Who's going to join the grind over in Portland with Dame Dollar? And it is Larry Bird. The Hick from South Lick is joining Dame Dollar, 2 of the coldest rap names of all time. I know Larry Bird's is just a nickname, but imagine if Larry Bird was a rapper. That man would sell albums like crazy. Popovich gets another big man. Although Popovich did just retire in this My League, let's pretend he's still there as the Spurs get another generational big man in Anthony Davis. OKC, who's joining Chet, Giddey, Shea, and oh my lord, the Big Dipper Wilt Chamberlain going to OKC. That is terrifying. Another team that could potentially be very scary is Dirk Nowitzki going back to Dallas to team up with Luka. That team might be unstoppable. Mark Cuban gets his favorite player back on the team, and now the Mavericks are looking scary. But another team with a foreign player is the Nuggets, and they will be adding Scotty Barnes. Imagine if he dropped 3 more spots, we would have had 2 Scotty Barnes on the Toronto Raptors. The Wizards are up next, and they are taking James Harden. So Bradley Beal finally gets a playmaking point guard. Maybe Bradley Beal's numbers go up and he scores more, or maybe he has to share the scoring load with James Harden. And the Indiana Pacers, they're going to go ahead and draft Chris Webber. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know if this helps them because their team is looking in a rough spot. Tyrese Halliburton, Chris Webber. It's going to be a fun duo. Who is going to Canada, to Toronto, and Nikola Jokic? He goes up there. I do want to point out that Jokic went to the Raptors and Scotty Barnes went to the Nuggets. They basically swapped places. Who is going to be joining the greatest choker in playoff history and Chris Paul? Well, it's a guy who rhymes with his last name, LaMelo Ball. LeBron James is finally able to play with a prime Carmelo Anthony as the 99 overall endgame Carmelo is going to LA. Look at the homie Zach. The Lakers have a starter in this position already in 38-year-old Carmelo Anthony. By the time Carmelo is ready to hang him up, Carmelo Anthony should be primed and step right into his starting role. Miami Heat, who's going to the South Beach, and it's Ben Simmons who, when he first got drafted, everyone compared him to LeBron. So I guess in some twisted universe this works. Kobe Bryant and Giannis are about to be on the same team. Speaking of Giannis, he gets drafted to the 76ers, so Joel Embiid, Giannis, and James Harden, that might be the best big 3 ever assembled. LeBron James is going to the Minnesota Timberwolves, a very odd place to see LeBron. Luka is a Clipper. Luka, Kawhi, and Paul George is terrifying, and they still have John Wall and Reggie Jackson coming off the bench. The Cleveland Cavaliers get Magic Johnson. There's going to be so much height on that Cavs team, but the Celtics get Bol. Now, the Celtics are already really good. They just went to the finals in real life, and they add Bol onto the team. Another team who just came off a finals appearance, they pick up Yao Ming. And that leaves the very final endgame in the Chicago Bulls, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being the final endgame chosen is quite wild. The poor Jazz, they ended up getting stuck with Vlado Tomazevec. This is not even a real dude. He's like a 60 overall man from Serbia with way too many tattoos for an 18-year-old. But then again, maybe in Serbia they get free tattoos. I'm gonna go ahead and simulate to the All-Star break, see who makes the All-Star team. I'm assuming most of the end games will be on an All-Star team. They are all 99 overalls with max badges, so I'd be shocked if they didn't dominate. The All-Star weekend is here. The teams have been drafted, and the only player that is not an endgame card to make it on either team is Ja Morant and the real Luka. So we have the endgame Luka and actual Luka, and then we have Ja Morant as a two-time All-Star. Shout out Ja Morant. He just got an invincible card. Maybe I'll do this video again, but I'll put all the invincibles into 2K. Let me know if you'd like to see that. I bet that could be a fun video as well. Kobe ended up winning MVP. Rookie of the Year went to Taco, which most valuable player was won by a rookie, so you'd think Kobe Bryant would win Rookie of the Year, but I guess that's not the case. Ben Simmons is your sixth man of the year. Taco Fall is your defensive player of the year, and most improved is Tyrese Haliburton. Mike Budenholzer won Coach of the Year, which is Kobe and Giannis's team. Your All-NBA first team is Kobe, Ben Simmons, Chris Webber, Dirk, and Jokic. The second team is Harden, Luka, Scotty Barnes, Jason Tatum, and Taco Fall. And the third team was Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Larry Bird, Giannis, and Bol Bol. Round one, we have Denver versus the Grizzlies, which is just Ja Morant versus Jokic and Scotty Barnes. You have Luka and Dirk taking on Wilt Chamberlain. You have Kawhi versus Kawhi, or Kawhi versus Luka if you want to talk about the endgame cards. And then you have LaMelo Ball versus LeBron James. Over in the East, you have Kobe versus James Harden, Shaq versus Giannis, Jokic versus Taco Fall, and Bol Bol versus Larry Bird. I'm gonna go ahead and simulate round one, see where everyone ends up, see who ends up moving on to the second round. And in the second round, Scotty Barnes moves on, Wilt moves on, Kawhi beats the other Kawhi, LeBron moves on to the second round, Giannis and Kobe win in 6, Shaq and LaMelo win in 6, Scotty Barnes and Jokic sweep Taco Fall, and Bol Bol sweeps Larry Bird. And here you have it, the conference finals, LeBron taking on Scotty Barnes, and Bol Bol up against Shaq. Over here with Boston and Charlotte, it is currently game 6, and now they are going to a game 7. Bol Bol versus Shaq, game 7. Please be close so we can jump in and spectate what could happen in the last 2 minutes, but right now, it is not looking likely as the Celtics take a 20-point lead. Bol Bol out there dominating Shaq. It's a 12-point lead, and it's wraps right there. Bol Bol and the Boston Celtics move on to the NBA Finals. LeBron James is playing point guard for the Timberwolves, taking on Bol Bol. This could be a fun matchup. LeBron usually does bad in simulation, so him winning a championship would be awesome to see. Game 1 goes to the Timberwolves. Game 3 goes to the Celtics. What? Not even game 3. Game 3 did go to the Celtics. Look at that. Game 4 ends up going to the Timberwolves. It's all tied up. Boston wins game 5, and they win game 6. In the first season, Boston Celtics are your NBA champions. Bol Bol wins Finals MVP, averaging 30, 16, and 11 with 3 steals and 2 blocks. So, I forgot to change the age on the 99 overalls, which means Carmelo Anthony is ready to retire. I'm going to override his retirement, but we might only get one more year of endgame Carmelo. Season 2, Jokic is your MVP, and Taco Fall is Defensive Player of the Year. Coach of the Year goes to Ime Udoka, where the Celtics were the best team in the league. Your first team is Kobe, Luka, Chris, Scotty Barnes, and Nikola Jokic, which I find this hilarious because these two are actually teammates on both teams that they play for. All-NBA second team is LaMelo Ball, LeBron James, Jason Tatum, Larry Bird, and Taco Fall. And your All-NBA third team is Ben Simmons, Tracy McGrady, Giannis, Dirk, and Bol Bol. Once again, we have Bol Bol taking on Larry Bird. You got Jokic taking on Kobe Bryant and Giannis. Magic Johnson makes the playoffs, and he's facing off against Ben Simmons. Those two players are very, very similar. And over on the Pistons, you have Taco Fall taking on Shaq. In the Western Conference, you got Yao Ming taking on LeBron James, Luka versus Jason Tatum and the Rockets, Jokic and Scotty Barnes versus the Big Dipper, and LaMelo Ball is taking on the Pelicans, who I don't believe drafted any endgame card, but then again, Zion is usually OP in simulation. Round 2, you got LeBron taking on Tatum, Zion versus Wilt Chamberlain, Giannis and Kobe versus Bol Bol, and Magic Johnson versus Shaquille O'Neal. Houston, New Orleans, Boston, and Charlotte all move on. 2 7th seeds make the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. You have Tatum taking on Zion and Bol Bol taking on Shaq once again. Houston wins the third one, and Charlotte ties up the series in the East. The Pelicans lose in 5 to Jason Tatum. I do want to jump into a game because I want to see Shaq versus Bol Bol. Maybe we're able to do it here in a game 7. We are not able to do it in a game 7 as the Celtics are up by 24 with 3 minutes left to go, and they end up winning by 40. MVP. Jason Tatum had 47, Bol Bol had 39, 15, and 11, and they end up moving on to the finals. Once again, you have the Celtics in the finals. They're going up against Jason Tatum. If Jason Tatum beats his own team and beats the real Jason Tatum, it would be cool, but that does not look to be the case as the Celtics sweep the Rockets and win back-to-back titles. It is time for the final season, and there's a couple of players who we haven't really seen do much. I mean, J.R. Smith, we have yet to see him in the playoffs, but he's had good numbers. He's averaging great numbers. Almost all of the 99 overalls average around a triple-double plus some steals and blocks. I don't think we've seen T-Mac yet. Anthony Davis has been nowhere. Other than that, I think we've seen pretty much every 99 overall endgame in the playoffs, at least at one point, and Kareem is going down slowly because this is my league and age is a factor. I'm not going to adjust him back to a 99 or change his age. We already lost Carmelo Anthony to retirement, so I don't think it'd be fair to go fix things for other players. I'm going to simulate this season. We'll see what happens at the end. This will be the final season of the video, so if you guys did enjoy and you made it all the way to the end of this, please consider subscribing. I'm doing a lot of my team / my league combination type videos, so if you like this idea and you want to see more, please do subscribe for the future. And once 23 comes out, I will be playing more my team and streaming more in my team and not just doing my league combination videos. I mentioned this in my Mr. Beast video. If I somehow hit 12,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, I will completely shave my head and record it for a vlog and upload it on this channel. So get to subscribing. Bol Bol both overpowered in my team and apparently my league as he wins MVP. He did already win 2 championships. Maybe he wins a third right here and the Celtics become a dynasty. Rookie of the year is this Vlado guy. Holy shit, this is the Vlado. This is the Vlado that was drafted right after Kareem. This is the dude who was the last pick we saw in the video. He got drafted after all the endgames got drafted and he's still doing good. While he isn't an endgame card, this man is having a good career in the NBA. Just being a part of that draft class, playing against them as competition his whole career, rubbed off on him, and now he's a great guy. Sixth man of the year, Ben Simmons for the 3rd year in a row, and Nikola Jokic winning defensive player of the year. Now his positions are center and point guard, so if he's playing at point guard, it's going to be a lot easier for him to get blocks. Back-to-back years, though, Ime Udoka is coach of the year, and the Boston Celtics have a monster season after adding a 99 overall Bol Bol. Your NBA first team is Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, Chris Webber, Scottie Barnes, and Bol Bol. All NBA second team is Ben Simmons, Luka, Larry Bird, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Jokic. Your All NBA third team is LaMelo Ball, Magic Johnson, Giannis, Kawhi, and Taco Fall. Your the first round is Jason Tatum and Dirk, LaMelo Ball and Scottie Barnes, Wilt Chamberlain, and I'm gonna be honest, we haven't seen Portland in this video like once. I honestly forgot who. Oh wait, Larry Bird is here. This whole time I've been saying Larry Bird is on the Indiana Pacers. I assumed that because he owned the team, and for some odd reason I just thought Larry Bird was on the Pacers. This whole time Larry Bird's been in Portland, and I referred to Chris Webber as Larry Bird, so now I feel bad. Either way, Larry Bird versus Wilt Chamberlain here in the West. Then we also got, finally, Anthony Davis makes the playoffs, which means we are about to see LeBron James versus his teammate in Anthony Davis. Over on the Eastern Conference, you have Bol Bol and Ben Simmons, Taco Fall and Magic Johnson, Jokic versus Shaq, Kobe Bryant and Giannis versus Tracy McGrady, who I also said we haven't seen in the playoffs. Now he's here. He was here for about 5 games, and now he's gone because he lost in 5 to Kobe and Giannis. I'm surprised Kobe and Giannis haven't been a better team than they are. Going into this, I thought they'd be the best team in the league. They've been a consistent top 5 team in the league, but they still haven't won a championship. Both of those have been to Boston. But who knows, maybe this is their year. We got Shaq versus Kobe down there, Scottie Barnes and Jokic versus Jason Tatum, and Wilt Chamberlain versus Anthony Davis. Both Kobe and Magic Johnson got swept, so that shows how much love that the Lakers receive in this video. Jason Tatum beats the Denver Nuggets in 7, while Wilt Chamberlain finally moves on to the Western Conference Finals by beating Anthony Davis. Once again, we're seeing Boston versus Shaq. I can only assume Boston is going to go to the finals, face Jason Tatum once again, and then win another title. Never mind, not the same result as the Boston Celtics. They have been defeated. We'll get a new champion, and Shaq is in the finals. The Thunder also lose, so we miss out on Wilt versus Shaq. Instead, we're getting Jason Tatum versus Shaq. The final championship of the video, you got Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Jason Tatum, Alfred Sengun, and Andre Drummond is somehow still in the league. They're taking on LaMelo Ball, James Bouknight, Gordon Hayward, he who shall not be named, and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm rooting for the Rockets here, both because they have Jason Tatum and because they don't have Miles Bridges. As much as I love Shaquille O'Neal, after all the news that has come out during the summer, I don't want to see Miles Bridges win anything in both real life and 2K, as the Rockets are up 3-1. Now they're only up 3-2. Don't let them come back, and they don't, and Jason Tatum wins a championship. Now, as we close out this video, what I think is hilarious is the 2 players who are winning championships in this video, the 2 quote-unquote endgame cards that won titles and won finals MVP, are 2 players who don't actually have endgame cards. I put them in there to include them because that's what everyone's assuming we're getting Friday, and if you watch this video after Friday, you might be like, whoa, why didn't they add Jason Tatum and Bol Bol to this video? Who knows, maybe neither of them even get a card for the rest of my team's year. My team is winding down, but hey, Jason Tatum, he wins a title, so does versus Bobo. The odds of that happening are very slim to none, and I find it hilarious. The Rockets win in 6. Jason Tatum wins a title. With that, I'm going to end the video. Let me know down in the comments below which team was your favorite team to root for in the video. Which team, which endgame do you think was the coolest to see him team up with other players? Who knows? Maybe you thought Yao Ming and Steph Curry were the coolest duo ever, but unfortunately, they did not succeed in anything. That's the video. I'm wrapping up here. If you guys did enjoy, like I said, please subscribe, please like up, comment down below all the things I've asked you to comment. As always, been your boy Little Codeine. Peace out.